Guys, it's early in the morning. I'm still awake, as you can see. Here I am. Um, there's something I wanted to explain that I found it really made sense to me in regards to the twin flame union. I came across some amazing new channels that have been very supportive of each other, and I'm so glad to have found this, and I'm so glad they were, I ran across these channels. I'll post these channels down in the link so that you guys can check them out. I really resonated with their readings, and so if you guys resonate with my readings, I believe you guys will also resonate with their readings. So here's something interesting I found out today, and I've been thinking about it for a while because I know people have mentioned how cruel their twin flames are, how severely toxic their union is with their twin flame. And I didn't want to believe it. Like, I thought to myself, there's no way. I've never been treated poorly by my twin flame, not in the sense of cruelty. And as I was watching one of these new readers' channels, she mentioned something that made absolutely sense to me because she's in union with her twin flame. And so I thought I would get on my live and explain it because this is how I felt. Because to me, my twin has never done anything cruel like that to me. The only toxicity that we have had with each other is not expressing our emotions and being in and out of each other's lives. So I wanted to come on here and explain that if you're in a twin flame union, there's one simple thing. If the person that you think is your twin flame is treating you horribly, and I mean like emotionally abusing you, physically abusing you, calling you names, what have you, they're not your twin flame. I just want to sit there and say that firmly, that this person is not your twin flame. They are a narcissist. The only way I can see that kind of thing happening is if you yourself are a narcissistic person, because you have to remember, and I'm not saying it's not impossible for that to happen, but what I am saying that your twin and you share the very same essence as a soul. You guys are a part of one another. And so if you are not a narcissistic individual, your twin is not a narcissistic individual. Your twin is not gonna treat you horribly. They're not gonna call you names. They're not gonna, emotionally abuse you, physically abuse you. And I want to make this point clear because if that's not who you are on a soul level, then that's not who your twin is on a soul level. Remember, your twin represents your energy as well. So you guys mirror each other back and forth, right? So I told you guys prior, the way to figure out if someone is your twin is to write a letter to the divine, write a letter to the universe, whatever you believe in, God, goddesses. Write a letter to the higher power asking for signs in regards to whether this person is your twin flame. So I just really wanted to point that out, and I felt the need to point that out. What you're dealing with is a contract, and there are people who say these would be like false twins. They have very similar attributes to your twin, and some people will go through these before meeting a twin. Now I don't know anything about false contracts because she mentioned something else that I want to point on, and that fact is when you are in a twin flame connection, a lot of the times, and I wanna see how many of my twins that follow me pinpoint this. What happens is, okay, let's start on the toxic energy first. So your twin flame and their toxic energy, your toxic energy will be mostly denying one another and running from each other and being in and out of each other's lives, being in and out of each other's lives. Not only that, They may say some things that hurt you, but they'll do it unintentionally. They're not purposely hurting you. They're not making you feel like you're a horrible person. They're not making you feel like you're not worthy or anything like that. You will feel unworthy because they'll be in and out, in and out, in and out. And it may seem like they're stringing you along, but they'll always come back to you, right? So I was going somewhere with this, but I forgot. And so in regards to the other aspect of twin flame unions, I want to know how many of my people who are feel they are in twin flames go through relationships after relationships after relationships that are nothing but full of narcissistic people, karmic people. So I want to know how you have actually had any good relationships in your life, right? So if you have had like nothing but narcissistic relationships, and it seems like you have had no luck with relationships, and you fit the signs of like having a twin flame with the ones I just discussed, with having this person that you care so deeply about that's just in and out of your life, in and out of your life, that you love and who loves you back, it's most likely you're in a twin flame union. Because I couldn't figure out, Patrice, she pointed this out as well, and I'm gonna leave their links down in the I'll leave their tarot name, or their channel names down in the comments below, description box below. But I couldn't figure out why. I went to my therapist. Like, I literally went to my therapist and I was like, what is wrong with me? Because I have attracted nothing but these narcissistic individuals. And not only narcissistic individuals, like people who emotionally abuse me, people who physically abuse me all my life, and even my family has been emotionally abusive, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, why can't I get a decent relationship? And we go through these experiences because that's how we're taught, right? This is how we learn. This is how we learn to love ourselves, to know our worth, is by going through these toxic relationships. And it's never your twin that does this to you, because your twin is there to help you, to heal you. I know that anytime I've gone to my twin and be like, listen, I feel this way, I feel that way, I feel this way, he has told me, no, you're not. No, you're amazing. You're wonderful. Like, you are so caring. And then he's also built me up so much. He's like, that's not who you are. You're not worthless. You know, you're absolutely wonderful. You have like a, an amazing heart. Just things that build me up, and it's so funny because I've gone to him and I've been so mean to him. Like, not mean intentionally, but like I've been to the point where like I got in his case about something, and then he was like, okay, what's wrong? And I was like, you're the only person who knows me like that. Like, you're the only person who can sit there and I'll yell at you and you'll be like, okay, what's wrong? Everyone else is like, why are you yelling at? And it's not like I intentionally mean to yell at him, right? But he knows. He just knows me. It's kind of actually amazing. And so that's kind of how like a twin flame dynamic would be. What else did I want to touch base on? So that's how you would expect your twin to react to you. Like everyone else, all these narcissistic relationships that you'll be in, your twin will be the exact opposite of that. They'll build you up. They really will. I can tell you from the past, like when we weren't speaking, or he was across the world and I was in across the world, or I was in one place and he was in another place. He was always on my mind, but I was learning lessons with these other partnerships. And so at the end of the day, my mind would always veer towards him. But I've dealt with nothing but narcissistic partnerships. And so Patrice, she mentioned this, and I had noticed this like 2 years ago. I was like, why? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong, you know? And I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm learning because believe me, there was traits about me that were so negative. Like, I mean, and I'm talking about codependency, huge codependency issues, huge abandonment issues. And I had to learn, jealousy issues. I had to learn not to be jealous. I had to learn that going out with your friends without your partners totally acceptable and okay. I had to learn that freedom in a relationship is absolutely okay and you shouldn't be up the other person's butt continuously. I had to learn to give space. I had to learn a lot of things with these, abusive relationships, narcissistic relationships, and I learned a lot about myself. And I had to learn love for myself, to not put myself through those, and to listen to my warning bells as soon as, they go on. Like, no, don't put up with it and leave because you already know how it's going to end, right? So I had to learn a lot, and I haven't had a good relationship. And believe me, I am the relationship queen. When I tell you that I'm the relationship queen, I am telling you that I have been in and out of relationships since I was 15 and even younger than that. Like, my first relationship was in second grade. So, and I was in and out dating guys from then. So, if you could imagine that, since I was in second grade, because I'm a Taurus, and Taurus's archetype are the lovers. And so, I've been in and out of relationships, and I've learned a lot. I've had to learn a lot, but none of them have been good. Not a single one. I had one good relationship. That guy, I well, I don't want to talk about that right now because this is YouTube is cracking down on their rules, so I'm not going to talk about that. But he and I, when we were together, like intimately, he left me 2 weeks later. But that was, we were intimate together for the first time, and then he left me 2 weeks later. And I asked him, like, was it because his dad was a racist? And so he was the only relationship I ever had that was good. Yep. The only one that I never had any issues with, except for his dad. That was it. Everyone else is just my twin. I mean, we had an amazing relationship for the few weeks that we dated. It was good. And so nothing else has ever been good. Everything else has been pretty bad. My last relationship was, I could see the potential and he could see the potential. We couldn't work together. We could not figure out how to balance one another out, and we knew how to get under each other's skin, and that just drove us wild. And so, like I said, other than that, it's been karmic partner, narcissistic people, and people who are emotionally and physically abusive and cruel and mean. And so I really want to know how many of my twins are in the same predicament. How many of you guys are in the same predicament here? Having all these bad partnerships. Now, I'm going to point out something that, like I said, not every twin is meant to be in union. I feel like those that are meant to be in union are the ones dealing with these kinds of relationships. And then they will probably learn what they need to learn to head into union. Apart from that, I feel like those who have found that other perfect good soulmate, the universe is providing you with another love option because you're not going to be in union this lifetime. So, where does that leave us? Where my twin and I are at right now. I unblocked him because, like I told you, the universe was yelling at me. My guides were. And so he's unblocked right now. And I've been fine. I haven't felt the need to, like, message him. I do check to see if he's messaged me back, but right now, I'm emotionally unavailable. I can't even explain to you how emotionally unavailable I am. Literally, I thought to myself, oh, I was thinking about love. I felt completely sick to my stomach. Oh my gosh, I wanted to barf. And I was like thinking about being in another commitment and I wanted to barf, like literally. And I was thinking about my ex. Nothing against him, I love him. But being back with him, I wanted to barf because that's how emotionally unavailable I am right now. So I'm working on healing. Really, really working on healing. I think I'm doing a good job. I'm learning to love myself, you know. Every now and then I feel yuck, but I don't know. What I love about me is that, like, I love making people laugh, and I love that I can make people laugh. And so that is one of the beautiful aspects I love about me. But I'm not in a standstill. I'm in a standstill of, like, I don't hate myself, but I don't particularly think about the fact that I love myself or anything like that. I enjoy who I am. And I am who I am. And I like that, right? I do like that. So it's a very interesting dynamic right now. I'm very grateful for the experiences that I have had, because without those experiences, I would probably be in a negative space still. But it was hard. It was hard. And I'm in therapy for it, for the things that for the things that I've gone through. Because they haven't been easy, you guys. They really haven't. See, I get it every time, like, the things that I've gone through, like, they haven't been easy. And so I try, like, my hardest to keep it together. And then I go to therapy and I do trauma work and it all comes out. So we can do this, you guys. We can do this. So I just wanted to point that out. That not everyone, I still don't know how I feel about the whole everyone's in a twin flame union. If the idea of the fact that everyone's has a twin flame, I can say for certain that not everyone has met their twin flame and not everyone is on the journey in this lifetime. So maybe we all cycle in and out of the journey is a possibility. But I really feel like at this point, we need each other. We're all learning, and no one should have to go through this journey alone. So I found an amazing community, and I've been pointed in the right direction by Chad Tarot. He's awesome. I resonate with him so much. And I was on his live earlier today. You guys should go check him out. And we have Rose Tarot as well. And then we have Patrice, Spiritual Life Coach. I'm going to put them in the comments below so you guys can go check them out. But I found them, and it's just amazing talking to people who have the same ideas as you and us, right? About spreading unconditional love and lifting everyone up, because here's the fact of everything is that we are all in this together. We are so connected. You guys have no idea, we're so connected. And because we're so connected, we're transforming consciousness and bringing it into a higher dimension. And because of that, I feel like everyone needs to be so supportive of each other and not tear each other down. We are all the same. We are all human race. There's no one difference than you from the next person, no matter if they're a drug addict, no matter if they're, you know, um mean or they dress funny or what have you. We all live, we all die. We're all learning lessons as humans. And you guys, like, I know people think I'm crazy, but I feel it's such a battle that I have here. But I feel the same about people who also commit crimes and do those kinds of things. And, you know, even, this is another, never mind, I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna leave that for the air because that's a whole nother tangent in itself. But, um, I feel like I'm the kind of person that will not put another person down. I do not like that. I do not like judging people. And so I try to uplift people as best as I can. As best as I can. So I hope you guys do too. Let me know in the comments below um, about your twin flame journey. 2 questions I want you to ask. First, oh no, 3 questions I want you to ask. First one's to yourself. The person you think is your twin, are they toxic to you? Do they treat you horribly? Do they treat you horribly? Because I feel like a true twin, like I said, will never treat you horribly. They are you. You are them. And if you wouldn't treat yourself horribly, then they wouldn't treat you horribly. Just keep that in mind. Second thing is, have all your relationships been toxic? Have all of your relationships been toxic? Like with narcissists and controlling people and people who are emotionally or physically abusive. Well, I'm going to end this live, guys. And I will see you guys probably today because I got to do videos. But bye. Love y'all.